Okay. So then, there's an air condition in the footbridge. I mean, the footbridge is air conditioned, so it's not as hot as out there, isn't it? It's air conditioned. Yeah. So, wow. Wow. Nice. Oh, that's probably our room, huh? Ah, sixth floor. You see? Yeah. You see? You don't remind me, Charlie. It's so sad. It just don't remind me. Therefore,
ascertain for ourselves the extent of the damage that Galamsey has caused to our water bodies. So exactly that is the reason why we embarked on this trip.
And what did you see?
Come again?
What did you discover in the store?
We discovered extensive damage, very horrible activities, Galamsey activities on rivers like the Ayenso River, who supply water to the Konyako treatment plant. Very extensive damage to the water body. And we discovered that gradually that the stability levels of our water has risen from something below 100 to something over 94,000 in Konyako. We discovered that today at Achim, the stability level is over 22,000. For a treatment plant that is installed to handle stability levels of not exceeding 500 stability. So the Chebi water treatment plant has been shut down. Konyako was shut down primarily because the stability levels had risen beyond what the plant could handle. Today, they have tried to reopen it because they've installed new pumps that have raised the water levels to about 2.1 meters. When the pump should go down about 5 meters. So they are just treating the water on the surface because there the stability levels are a little bit lower. So, and then we moved along the Ayenso River and we saw excavators. We saw human activities, illegal mining on the river. We even saw illegal mining activities in people's homes close to the river. And we saw areas where the damage is extensive, but we were prevented. We were advised not to enter those areas because it would be dangerous for our own security. You have armed illegal miners that may not be kind to our security. So we had to prevent ourselves from going into those areas.
Is it that bad that your security was even, you were even in danger because you advised not to go to these areas? It means it's that bad?
It is. It is that bad. And we encountered citizens, we encountered community people who express frustration to the extent that when they complain, they sometimes get arrested by the police who are being used by these illegal miners. And it is based on that we describe illegal mining as a criminal enterprise for which the state must act.
Doc, hold on. You mean community members who express misgivings about the activities of illegal mining are arrested by the police?
Yes. Yes. They told us that when illegal miners put excavators on their river, they expressed misgivings. They massed up. They attempted to stop those activities. But some of them got arrested. So others were cowed. They continued to witness the damage, the destruction of our rivers and our forests. But everybody is afraid to act.
If everybody is afraid to act, Doc, how do we deal with this situation?
But when I say everybody, it doesn't include government. So we let the government to do the most difficult things for us. Here we are, when individuals, community members, citizens cannot confront the illegality by these armed men and women in our forests and on our river bodies. And we know that our government is invested with enough powers by the state, legally, by the constitution and everything, to act on our behalf when we are helpless. So that is the reason why we are calling on government not to outsource the fight against illegal mining to anybody or any institution, but to take the bull by the horn. Yes, as trade unions and our civil society organizations and our citizens, we can and we must support government. But ultimately, the fight to defeat Galamsey and prevent its continued destruction of our water bodies. It's a fight government must lead and must win.
In time past, or some years ago, the TUC had announced plans to embark on a strike because of the situation of Galamsey. Would the TUC consider revisiting such a position following what you have discovered in this particular tour?
Okay, so in times past, it was organized labor which goes beyond the TUC. The TUC remains the largest federation, the largest trade union center in Ghana. But in times past, what we did was to work with all the other unions. And we discovered that we didn't get in much unity around the subject. So this time around, we decided to go solo. That is why on this trip, it is only the TUC, the executive committee of the TUC, and the general secretary that make up the steering committee that embarked on this trip. And as the secretary general outlined, in the coming weeks, the structures of the TUC will meet and will outline measures we think are necessary to ensure that we stop this Galamsey menace. And again, the secretary general mentioned that those measures, at the core of them, would be to exert maximum pressure on government to act to stop the illegal mining activities. Of course, if it's necessary that we embark on strike, we will. Also because we have gotten to a crisis proportion, and every and any tool that is available to us, to our citizens, we must deploy them to make sure that we end this illegal mining, because the future of the country is at risk.
The conversation has been about the declaration of a state of emergency, and we had a response from the president. Your Secretary General is still pushing for a state of emergency. Is that the only option available to address the situation we have at hand?
The Secretary General did not specifically ask for a state of emergency. And we can make the statement he read to you. He indicated that the TUC will outline measures in the coming weeks, but I don't remember he mentioning a state of emergency. But as I've indicated, given the crisis nature of Galamsey and the existential threat it poses to the country, we will not hesitate to deploy any legal means by which we can force government to act and act decisively on Galamsey.
Give me one example of this legal means.
I will give the example next week when the structures have met and we have been specific on what we will be doing.
But my final question, on your tour and the assessment, you think we can ever win this fight?
We can win the fight. I mean, there's no way we cannot win the fight. So, for example, if you go to a place like Enum, Apepemu, there is a certain individual who claims to have a concession that covers the entire community and along the riverbank. Now, that individual lives in Accra, Medina. And what he does was that if anybody decides to mobilize resources and do mining activities, in this case, illegal mining activities, that individual, if you approach him, will cover you with the so-called, license he has. And then those individuals will in turn be paying him week by week from whatever they make. And that individual is a politician. Why? Who? And I mean, the question many people were even asking, whether the claim to have a license was even a valid license. And why can't the state call that individual to order? So the Galamsey fight is a winnable fight. All we need is the willingness by politicians to act. And if they do act, given what citizens are going through, citizens and their organizations like the union will back government.
Dr. Nyakotu, did the people tell you who this politician is?
Yes, they did.
You care to tell us who?
They say he's called Robert Lamptey.
What does he do? They gave you information what he does.
They said, and we have videos of the people talking, that they said he is called Robert Lamte. He lives in Medina. He was the immediate past presidential parliamentary candidate for the MPP in the Medina constituency also.
Interesting. It's good. At least they've given you a name, and so something can be done about it. Doc, thank you. Thank you very much for your time. Really appreciate this. Thank you very much. Dr. Kwabena Nyakoto is the Deputy Secretary General of the Trade Union Congress, TUC. They embarked on some fact-finding mission today to some water works areas where they're experiencing some galamsey activities resulting in the shutting down of Ghana Water Company water. This is Eyewitness News coming to you live from our studio here in Accra.
Detailed news, unparalleled coverage. Citi News at 97.3 FM.
We asked Ghanaian business owners what they want from Old Mutual.
I want insurance and pension solutions that will protect my employees.
Your business growth is our business. For 180 years, we have partnered with businesses to protect and grow their most valuable assets. From tailored group life assurance protection to affordable pension plans, we've got your business and your employees covered. Contact your broker or call Old Mutual on 0509 551 609 today. Old Mutual, do great things every day.
Jenny, our operations are too complex to be managed on spreadsheets. We need real-time control.
Exactly. That's why companies like ours are moving to Sage ERP 300. It integrates finance, procurement, inventory, and project costing across all departments.
I've seen it work. Multi-location reporting, consolidated dashboards, even intercompany transactions, all seamless.
And the best part? Trust Consult handles everything. Deployment, training, and support. They are Sage's certified partner here in Ghana.
Perfect. Let's contact them today. 0302-246-875 or 0244-965-119. Visit their office in Kokomlemle or the website trustconsultlimited.org. Sage ERP 300. Built for growth, trusted by enterprise.
Channel One TV has a way of telling their stories. Stories that empower change. Capturing the trending issues, delving into our communities, getting out the voices that matter.
Almost 13 to 16 people were under the ground and it collapsed on them. Yesterday we were able to make it and remove 8 of them and 4 were dead.
Channel One Newsroom, CNR, brings you an exhaustive coverage of the day's news. 8 p.m. and 11 p.m. every night.
Don't mind in forest reserves, and always when you've created a mess, clean it up. The laws are there. So it's not that we need more laws, it is just that we need more enforcement.
Channel One Newsroom captures the exact news temperature of the nation. From the northern, western, eastern, and southern parts of Ghana, Channel One Newsroom, CNR's got you covered.
Let's speak to the core issues in terms of how we can prevent professionals who have been given the mandate to teach our children, and for this matter, the old children's standard of care, and how they can live up to expectation.
8 p.m. and 11 p.m. every night.
How can somebody work and you tell the person I appreciate you for 10 good months? I can't stand it. I'm owing rent. What should I do to be able to pay my rent? I don't understand. They should pay us. Enough is enough.
CNR, telling your stories, empowering change. Catch CNR on Channel One TV at 8 p.m. and 11 p.m. every night.
You said yes to love. Now say yes to the wedding of your dream. Join us at the Accra Marriott Hotel on the 11th and 12th October 2025 from 10 a.m. to 6 p.m. each day and meet the city's finest wedding vendors, stylists, and planners, all under one luxurious roof. Enjoy curated experiences designed to inspire, such as our stunning wedding venues, serene garden spaces, fashion shows, masterclasses, and many other surprises. Whether you are planning a grand celebration or an intimate affair, this is where the wedding magic begins.
I came for ideas last year as a 2025 bride. I left with a date, a dress, my dream venue, and the flower girl.
The date are 11th and 12th October 2025 from 10 a.m. to 6 p.m. each day at the Accra Marriott Hotel. Accra Marriott Hotel. Wonderful hospitality always.
Hey, Ruben. Every 2 seconds notification. The Momo keeps on coming. It keeps on coming, eh?
Ma, I am the community Momo man now. People send money, and with the Momo app, every payment is done. My transactions are flying.
Hey, Adeng.
Ah, ma, you didn't know, eh?
Over 2 million Ghana cedis is up for grabs in the Stillman Saka promo. Transact more than 100 Ghana cedis with your Momo app, and you could win daily, weekly, and monthly cash prizes, and 100,000 Ghana cedis grand prize. And it's not just payments and money transfers. Bank to wallet transactions, savings, loans, investments, pensions, POS transactions, and Momo transactions from other partner platforms qualify. This promo runs in collaboration with the NLA on the Caritas Lottery platform. Terms and conditions apply.
Let your voice be heard on Eyewitness News on Facebook at facebook.com/Citi97.3, Twitter at twitter.com/Citi973, and Instagram at instagram.com/Citi973 with the hashtag Eyewitness News.
You're welcome back. You're also listening to Eyewitness News, coming to you live from our studio here in Accra. Inu has some more stories.
The Ashanti Regional Chairman of the New Patriotic Party, Bernard Entry-Boesiako, popularly known as Chairman Wontemi, has been released from police custody after fulfilling bail requirements set by the High Court in Accra. His release comes 3 days after he was granted bail in 2 separate rulings related to an ongoing illegal mining case involving Akunta Mining Company Limited. Wontemi, who has pleaded not guilty to all charges, is accused of facilitating unlicensed mining operations and unlawfully assigning mineral rights without ministerial approval. In the first ruling, Justice Audrey Kokovite granted him bail to the tune of 15 million Ghana cedis with 3 sureties, 2 of whom were required to be justified with landed property. In a second case before Justice Ruby Ayite, both Wontemi and his co-accused, Edward Ekwokun, that's the operations manager at Akunta Mining, were granted bail of 10 million Ghana cedis each with 2 sureties, 1 to be justified with property. Although the bail was granted on Tuesday, October 7, administrative delays meant Wontemi remained in custody overnight. His legal team had confirmed that the court's administrative offices had closed before the bond could be executed. He is expected to reappear in court later this month as the trial continues.
Let's go on to the phone and speak to one of his lawyers, Enoka Fuakwa, on this matter. Counsel, good evening. Thank you very much for your time.
Good evening, Samira, and thank you for having me.
Your client is free now for this short period of time. What really caused this whole delay?
Yeah, a very good evening to yourself and to your cherished listeners on Citi FM. Yes, it's true that Mr. Bernard Entry-Boesiako was granted a bail last Tuesday by the Accra High Court. Both Accra High Court, Criminal Division 1, Criminal Court 1 and Criminal Court 4. But unfortunately, due to administrative procedures, he ought to stay in custody until today that the fulfillment of the bail conditions was met, and he's a free man subject to the trial.
If you say administrative procedures, exactly what do you mean? What are these procedures you talk about?
Yes, so when you are granted bail and the condition is that the sureties must be justified with landed property, it means that there must be proof that the properties are in the name of the persons who are standing sureties, who are going to stand to post bail for the accused person, and that the property is the property has a value as stated by the court. You know, in the first instance, the the Criminal Court, High Court, Criminal Court 4, granted him bail to the sum of 15 million Ghana cedis with 3 sureties, 2 to be justified. So invariably, what the court was saying is that with the landed property, the landed property must meet the 10 million threshold. It means that in terms of its value, it must meet the threshold of 15 million. And with that, you need to have a valuation report from a certified state agency or a certified institution that is credible, and that is administrative. It must go through some few processes before it can come. And in terms of authentication, the land must be a registered land with a land title registration. and that you needed authentication from the Lands Commission to prove that indeed the land is a registered land with title standing in the name of the surety or standing in the name of anyone who is applying to stand as surety for the accused person. And these are our administrative bureaucracies that kept our client in custody until today, that we had all the confirmations and all the justifications in order to secure their liberty.
Is this the normal?
Unfortunately, the third accused person in respect of the criminal court 1 matter, Mr. Idiodo Kokon, whom your colleague stated he's operations manager of Akunta Mining. Indeed, he's not the operations manager of Akunta Mining. Mr. Kyokon is not the operations manager of Akunta Mining, but he's also a co-accused person to Akunta Mining, Mr. Bernard Tribosia, in respect of the charges before the criminal court 1. And that, unfortunately, we could not meet the conditions as stated because of administrative bureaucracies, and now we are set to continue on Monday in respect of Mr. Kyokon's bail procedures or bail conditions. But as far as Mr. Bernard Tribosia is concerned, he is out now because we are done with both the High Court, Criminal Court 1 and the Criminal Court 4 processes.
Is that a normal process or this one is different?
Yeah, that's the normal process. But that's a normal process. Once you are granted bail with a condition that the sureties must be justified with landed property, this is the exact processes that it goes through. Indeed, the court, the registry of the court ought to be sure that the property stands in the name of the surety. The property has the face value as declared by the court. That if it is 10 million, there should be a valuation report from a recognized body that yes, the value of that property is what it is. And, it takes time. The authentication, you need to write to the registry of the court, needs to write to Lands Commission for the Lands Commission to confirm. The authentication and the justification in terms of the valuation report, they need to go through similar processes for the institution to also submit its report. So clearly, some take much more time, and our administrative bureaucracies and how public servants and civil servants attend to their work. But we are grateful to the officers of the court for expediting action as far as our case is concerned. They've done diligently well, and we applaud them for that.
You are a lawyer. You've seen how frustrating this whole procedure is. Would you advocate for some changes in respect of this procedure?
Yes, certainly yes, because it's quite cumbersome and it's quite bureaucratic, and that a lot more accused persons who are presumed innocent until they have been proven guilty by the court are still languishing in custody because they have not met the conditions as espoused by the court. And that we believe that the Minister of Justice, the Attorney General, is not only an Attorney General interested in prosecution. The Attorney General also similarly has a dual mandate, that he is the Minister of Justice at the same time, and that he must take strong interest in it and be able to cause some reforms as far as some of these issues and processes are concerned, in order to ensure that the human rights of accused persons are not violated by virtue of waiting for some justifications and by virtue of the accused persons who sureties have posted bail to go through this ordeal before finally getting their liberties restored as a result of this. It's quite cumbersome. And as a lawyer, I would pray that the Learned Attorney General, who is also a Minister of Justice for the Republic of Ghana, should take strong interest in this and ensure that some reforms are made as far as these processes are concerned. It is not interesting at all. It is not interesting at all.
There are many who have also said that to me would find it difficult to get people to stand in as sureties. Is that what you encountered?
That is a blatant lie. As far as Tuesday, anyone who was before the court will know that even prior to him leaving the court premises, the persons who posted bail for him were before the court. But because it was late in court, it was around 3:45 p.m. The judicial service staff, they close at 4 p.m. and that we couldn't have triggered the said administrative procedures on Tuesday, and that the process started on Wednesday and Thursday, then Friday today. By the grace of God, we've been able to have his liberty restored. It is not true. Whoever said so, it is not true. I can confirm that the sureties were in court they were before the court, and that it is as a result of the administrative procedures and processes that kept our clients languishing in custody because of the justification and because of the authentication that needed to be done.
And today being a Friday, the other co-accuser, it means that he will be in police custody because today is a Friday and a weekend, right?
That is the sorry state that we find ourselves. But what can we do? That is a prescription of law. And insofar as we've not been able to meet those conditions as a result of administrative procedures, he needs to go through this ordeal. It is a sorry state. It is distasteful, but we cannot do anything about it. The court has spoken, and we must satisfy that as a full compliance, and nothing can be done about it until what the court has said is 100% or is justifiably fulfilled. That is what has kept him in custody, and that we pray that God gives us strength, God gives us the energy, so that on Monday we can expedite action in it to also ensure that his liberty is fully restored.
So for Chairman Wontumi, what next? Now that he's on, you'll be able to secure what next for him?
Yes, well, the only matters outstanding is that the court has scheduled that we reappear before the court, that's the criminal court 4, on 28th of October, and the criminal court 1, I think on if I have it right, on 4th November 2025. So certainly, once he's on bail, then he will appear to stand trial any day, any time that the court calls on us to appear in court to be able to ensure that whatever the state has against him, the state puts it before the court, and if we are called to answer to the charges, we respond to it accordingly, in accordance with law.
You saw him today, right? How is he?
Mr. Osiako is a man full of life. So, I mean, as you know him, he's a man full of life, and he understands these processes. As a man, he believes that anything can happen to a man at any time. And he believes that insofar as he has prayed to the court that he is innocent, the burden lies on the state to prove his guilt beyond all reasonable doubt. And if the state is minded to proceed on the charges leveled against him, what can he do as a citizen? As a citizen of the land, the only responsibility on him is to submit himself before the courts of the Republic of Ghana. And he has diligently submitted himself before the courts of the Republic of Ghana, awaiting the pronouncement of the court. So any day, any time that the court calls upon him to attend to stand trial, Mr. Osiako will appear to stand trial as far as the charges that have been leveled against him is concerned.
Thank you very much for your time, sir. Enoch Afakwa is one of the lawyers for Bernard Enchibuesiako, Ashanti Regional Chairman of the MPP, also known as Chairman Wontumi. Enoch has some more stories.
The Minister for Foreign Affairs and Regional Integration, Samuel Okudzeto-Ablakwa, has dismissed as false international media reports claiming that the United States plans to deport a Salvadorian Kilmer Abrego Garcia to Ghana. Several international news outlets reported that the U.S. Department of Homeland Security had notified Abrego Garcia's attorneys of plans to deport him to Ghana. In a Facebook post responding to the reports, Mr. Ablakwa clarified that Ghana is not accepting Abrego Garcia. He stated that his position has been directly and unambiguously conveyed to U.S. authorities. He stressed that Ghana's agreements with the U.S. only covers the acceptance of non-criminal West Africans on humanitarian grounds and does not extend to nationals from other regions. Meanwhile, President of civil society organization Imani Africa, Franklin Kujo, while welcoming the clarification from the Foreign Affairs Minister, urged the ministry to update Ghanaians on its recent deportation deal with the U.S. government.
Oh, well, that's good news because the way the story was done is as if Ghana they are in talks with Ghana already. And you see, this thing fits into the narrative that we all don't know what the negotiator and the foreign minister. So I'm happy it's clear that that particular misunderstanding or whatever misinformation. It will be important for him to tell us exactly what has been agreed with the United States government so that you see, we all are not kept in the dark. Otherwise, when we see other stories again, we may be wondering what exactly did they mean. You know, the Trump administration is a very unusual one, and so you need to be very careful whatever you agree or deal with them. So it's good news to know that the minister suggests or says that they're not going to take the gentleman who is supposed to be brought here.
Imani Africa President Franklin Kujo.
This is Eyewitness News coming to you live from our studio here in Accra. We go for a quick break. When we come back, we'll read some of your WhatsApp messages.
Eyewitness News. Be there as it happens.
Are you ready to unlock the next big thing? It's a universe of endless possibilities. Get ready to be part of this universe.
You said yes to love. Now say yes to the wedding of your dream. Join us at the Accra Marriott Hotel on the 11th and 12th October 2025 from 10 a.m. to 6 p.m. each day and meet the city's finest wedding vendors, stylists, and planners, all under one luxurious roof. Enjoy curated experiences designed to inspire, such as our stunning wedding venues, serene garden spaces, fashion shows, masterclasses, and many other surprises. Whether you are planning a grand celebration or an intimate affair, this is where the wedding magic begins.
I came for ideas last year as a 2025 bride. I left with a date, a dress, my dream venue, and the flower girl.
The dates are 11th and 12th October 2025 from 10 a.m. to 6 p.m. each day at the Accra Marriott Hotel. Accra Marriott Hotel. Wonderful hospitality always.
Oh, jump on now. Go. Google me. At what time when you come back where I don't hear the sound of your car? Why you buy new car?
No, I not change my car. It be the same ride. It be the fuel way I change. Way one shouts it. Ever since I started using the all-new Excellium Premium Fuel, fortified with 3-in-1 action. Oh, Joe, now my car they run like electric car. No, it's so.
This is the type of fuel where they want to. Because now engine they cost. Where they want for way if I buy it, it go protect my engine. And with the small way I buy, I go drive, sir.
Absolutely. It's like strapping a turbocharger to your engine and giving it a protector. And what they bust my mind self be the 3-in-1 action, no? Excellium they prevent up to 99% of deposit. It be anti-wear, some be anti-corrosion. Won't pay when I open them.
Hey, so where can I find this magical fuel?
Just head over to any Total Energy service station and your car will thank you.
Hey, they make a finish my gobe fast, then rush go Total Energies. My friend, but why your hand my gobe inside?
I give you info. Make I feel the gobe too small.
Go.
Excellium is designed to protect your car engine, decrease fuel consumption, and lower CO2 emissions. Don't say fuel, say Excellium. Choose Excellium, choose quality.
This year is going to be sweet. I don't just feel it, I know it, because the Luckiest Season 3 is back.
And I'm about to show you how to grab your golden ticket. Just dial *712# and follow the prompts to purchase your ticket. Or go to theluckiestafrica.com, hit community tickets, and pick your lucky number.
Or let the system do its magic. Choose how much you want to spend from 1 to 5,000 Ghana cedis. You can even buy a ticket for someone else. Be someone's hero. Payment? Easy. Mobile money in Ghana or card if you're international.
One ticket can turn 1 CD into 500 times more. That's maths we love. Or your community go win 10 times more. So let's get lucky together because luck is everywhere.
Play responsibly, not for persons under 18 years. This promotion is regulated by the NLA on the Caritas platform.
Who is calling me this other one?
Hello. Good evening, Kwame.
Good evening.
We are into baby foods and would like to introduce...
Wait a minute. How did you get my number? You just use ways and means to find people's numbers and be calling them by heart. No respect for privacy or anything at all.
Oh, Bra Kwame.
Is your business privacy ready? Do you collect and use information of people in your line of work, like their name, number, location? You might be doing the wrong things. Whether you're a big company or a small one, you must respect people's right to privacy. Register and be certified by the Data Protection Commission of Ghana. It is the law. You will receive the necessary training, advice, and guided on the right systems to put in place to help protect information you collect about people. Register your company. It's simple and online. Visit www.dataprotection.org.gh to register. Privacy is the responsibility of everyone. Remember, privacy is personal. Eyewitness News. Be there as it happens.
You're welcome back. You're still listening to Eyewitness News, coming to you live from our studio here in Accra. Let's read a few of your WhatsApp messages. Joseph from Bongo says, Bawumia's third position on the ballot means that the third term in opposition as Ghanaians will not vote for the MPP again. Alex from Adenta Commando Research says, How do you expect people, so-called unions, for President Mahama to end Galamsey that started 8 years ago? Galamsey can end under President John Dramani Mahama. Mausi from Abotia Tebi Voter Register says, I oppose the Trade Union Congress call for a state of emergency in Galamsey fight, allowing the government to exhaust all diplomatic, legal, and regulatory avenue first ensures a balanced approach. Rushing into a state of an emergency may escalate the tensions, unnecessary issues, and risking long-term stability and progress. Galamsey shall definitely be won. Raymond from Agotime says the TUC should exercise restraint for the government as government takes pragmatic measures to defeat this social canker called Galamsey. Abi National Inwa says whoever becomes the flag bearer of the MPP but will still lose the 2028 general election. Abdul Razak from Boko says, I'm sad speaking as a citizen of this country that a whole president is in charge of the country's security and cannot stop illegal mining. What is happening to our dear country? Yabua from Bremai, Benin says, some of the MMDCs don't deserve their positions. President Mahama should start sacking them for incompetence. Gusty Man from Bekum says, I support the TUC's call for stronger actions against Galamsey. The situation demands a state of emergency, but the TUC must also be bold and ready to act. Ghanaians are watching and standing with you. A few more of your WhatsApp messages. You can still send us. The number is 0549 986 996. And who has some more stories?
Former Sin Central MP Kennedy Japan will be the first to appear on the ballot paper for the January 2026 NPP presidential primaries. This follows the conclusion of the balloting process for the aspirants today. Flag bearer for the party in the 2024 elections, Dr. Muhammadu Bawumia picked the third position on the ballot paper, while Abetifi MP Brian Echampong picked number 2 on the ballot. Former Education Minister Dr. Yawase Duchum will be the fourth candidate on the ballot, and former General Secretary Kwabena Japong picked number 5. Here's the Director of Electoral Services for the Electoral Commission, Dr. Benjamin Banobio, announcing the results of the balloting process.
By and large, we have brought proceedings to an end, and here are the results in terms of the positions each of the candidates will be on the ballot paper. Honorable Ken Ohene Ejapon will be number 1 or the first candidate on the ballot paper. Dr. Brian Echampong is number 2 on the ballot paper. Then His Excellency Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia will be number 3 on the ballot paper. Honorable Dr. Yawase Edichum will be number 4 on the ballot paper. And Engineer Kwabena Ejapong will be number 5 on the ballot paper.
Director of Electoral Services for the Electoral Commission, Dr. Benjamin Banobio.
Let's speak to Miracles Abuaje. He speaks for Dr. Bawumia's campaign team. Miracles, good evening. Thank you very much for your time. Number 3 on the ballot. Good news for you.
Good evening, Sammy. Thank you for having me. It's 5 people. Clearly, in spite of the position on the ballot, we have a responsibility to sell the message of Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia, and most importantly, why the party should present him. In the 2023 primaries, he was number 2. He won the elections because the emphasis is not on the position, with the position on the ballot paper, but it's with the message that we carry to the people. Remember that this is a delegates conference. These are voters who are very political. There is not a single voter out of the over 280,000 who cannot identify any of the 5 or 6 candidates. They can all be identified by name. They cannot be identified by position. And so typically, except for the fanfare, when it comes to delegate elections, really, the position on the ballot paper isn't such a big deal. It wasn't in 2023, and it is not going to be in 2025. There are very, very serious issues that the delegates are considering in their decision making.
There are many who have also said that indeed, even though you said the position doesn't really matter, it also helps in the campaigning. At least in time past, we had people use Aseho, Esoho, and the likes.
To be honest with you, and if we're going to be fair with ourselves, those things work really in the general elections. Because you see, in the general elections, millions of people, you can be rest assured that not everybody can even identify the names of some of the candidates. And so we still even have a situation where when it comes to elections in Ghana, some people just go and vote for the umbrella or vote for the elephant or vote for the kube and all of that. So that's very true. But when it comes to the delegate elections,
but it's also a national election with the expansion of the electoral college. It's also a national election. You consider it that way?
Yes, true. But these are, you see, the new Patriotic Party executives. These are political animals. These are people who are versed in the party. These are people who know the party. So the dynamics are not the same. These delegates understand the party. Like I'm saying, there is not a single delegate in the MPP who doesn't know all the 5 candidates on the aspirants on the ballot paper. They are all known by name and by face. And so it's quite difficult to just lift that principle from the general elections to the delegate elections. The dynamics are a bit different. That notwithstanding, like I said, for the jamborees and the fanfares, everybody, all of us are, developing narratives around the position. This afternoon, somebody just sent me an interesting text and said that number 3 is for the Trinity, the Father, the Son, and the Holy Spirit, and that is divinity, and that is unity, and so people are, placing different interpretations to it, but it doesn't change the fact that the position on the ballot paper is not as relevant as getting the people to buy your message, imbibe it in them, and make their decision based on that. I mean, like I said, in 2023, we were number 2 and we won. The one who was number 4 did not win. The one who was number 5 did not win. The one who was number 1 did not win. So it tells you that the position on the ballot paper is not what determines the outcome of the elections, but your strategies, your messaging, your acceptability. Those are very important things that we'll stay focused on to ensure that the delegates adopt and adapt the Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia message. It doesn't mean that when we are campaigning, we will not remind them that Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia is number 3. That reminder will continuously come. But for whatever it's worth, even those who are number 5 and even those who are number 1, it will be difficult for them to make any argument about the position because, I mean, for example, Onaboke was number 1 in 2023 election, but he lost. So position really doesn't matter. It is the messaging. And so whatever it is that we did in 2023 with the messaging, we are going to even do better in 2025 to make sure that Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia becomes the leader of the party. He's the most prepared, he's the most formidable, and he remains the aspirant that presents us with the best opportunity to win the next elections, the winnable candidates of all the aspirants.
Miracles, thank you very much for your time. Miracles Abuaje is the Director of Communications for the Dr. Mahamudu Bawumia campaign team. This is Eyewitness News coming to you live from our studio here in Accra.
The National Service Authority has dismissed claims of a system jam on its new registration portal for the 2025-2026 service year. This comes after some applicants complained of errors during registration. Speaking to Citi News, Deputy Director General of the authority, Donko Fuseni, urged prospective personnel to ensure that details on their Ghana card match the information submitted by their schools before applying. He explained that the Ghana card is the main source of biometric verification and any mismatch will prevent applicants from completing the process. He advised those affected to swear an affidavit and have their schools correct the records for the system to update automatically.
The source code for your identification, the biometric identification by the system, is your Ghana card. So just make sure the list or the name and your details, your bio data from the school matches exactly with what is on your Ghana card. Otherwise, the system recognizes you as an impersonator or a ghost name. It will not allow you to conclude the process. So if your name has changed, just do the affidavit, go to the school, let the school do the correction. our system will automatically be upgraded. But for now, like I said, over 50,000 people have gone through the system already. How were they able to go through? They did the right thing. So the few challenges that are coming, please, they should follow the procedure I've given them. When it gets to the deadline and we realize that this is the situation, till then, the Director General will know what to do. But for now, this is the only available window of opportunity for them.
Donko Husseini is the Deputy Director General in charge of Finance and Administration at the National Service Authority. This October, all roads lead to Tamale for Ghana's biggest business event, the Northern Business Fair 2025, powered by Channel One TV and Citi FM. Happening on Saturday, October 25 and Sunday, October 26 at the Tamale Sports Stadium, the fair will showcase the best of made-in-Ghana products and local innovation from across the 5 northern regions. The 2-day fair will feature exhibitions, networking sessions and live showcases celebrating the creativity, resilience and enterprise of northern Ghana. Speaking on the Citi Breakfast Show, Managing Director of Citi FM and Channel One TV, Samuel Atamensa, said the fair would create an avenue for the northern economy to establish a more structured level of trade.
Gives me some warmth that finally we are doing this up north, you know, because if you look at the SME economy of the northern sector. I think it needs more input so that they can establish a proper level in terms of demand and supply. You know, so we are using our platform to showcase what they have because it's not just the northern sector trading among themselves, but Southerners also moving there, you know, because lots of the things that they offer are things that are of great value. Okay, and is a demand that can really put it in a proper perspective. So is to stimulate demand.
You heard Managing Director of Citi FM and Channel One TV, Samuel Atta Mensah. The Northern Business Fair 2025 is proudly sponsored by EcoBank, Side Hustle, the Ghana Enterprises Agency, and the Ghana Export Promotion Authority.
Eyewitness News. Be there as it happens.
Get the details. Every significant financial transaction, every market movement, and all the policies that affect your business. Citi Business News. Be informed.
Time now for Citi Business News on Eyewitness News. I am Eno Safo. Let's settle for the details.
Eyewitness News. Be there as it happens.
Time now for Citi Business News on Eyewitness News. I am Inu Safo. Let's settle for the details. The International Monetary Fund has reached a staff-level agreement with the government of Ghana to conclude the 5th review of the country's $3 billion extended credit facility. Once approved by the IMF Executive Board, Ghana will unlock $385 million in fresh funding. This development signals continued confidence in the country's economic recovery trajectory. There's more in the following report.
Ghana is set to receive about $385 million from the International Monetary Fund in December, following the completion of its 5th review under the $3 billion extended credits facility. This will bring total disbursement to $2.8 billion since the program began. The IMF says Ghana's economic recovery is gaining momentum, supported by stronger growth, falling inflation, and a rebounding Citi. The growth in the first half of the year exceeded expectation, driven by robust services and agriculture. International reserves also rose above target, while the Citi strengthened on the back of strong gold and cocoa exports. The fund projects growth at 4.8% in 2026, with inflation stabilizing within the Bank of Ghana's 8 plus or minus 2% target band. On the fiscal side, government posted 1.1% primary surplus in the first 8 months of 2025, keeping on track to meet its 1.5% year-end target. target. The IMF commended Ghana's fiscal discipline and progress in the energy sector reforms, including renegotiation of legacy debt and new tariff structures for power producers. That restructuring under the G20 Common Framework is advancing, and the fund says Ghana's debt outlook has improved. Monetary policy has also shifted to support growth, with the Bank of Ghana cutting its policy rate by 650 basis points to 21.5% amid easing inflation. The fund expressed confidence that sustained reforms, stronger exports, and prudent spending will further stabilize the economy and boost investor confidence in the month ahead.
Emmanuel Opon filed that report. Now, the Ghana Revenue Authority has begun investigations to identify the oil marketing companies connected to 10 trucks loaded with diesel that allegedly attempted to evade taxes and levies totaling 2.3 million Ghana cedis. In a joint operation with National Security, the GRA Customs Division intercepted the trucks after they reportedly disengaged their tracking devices and exited the Tema port on October 8. Addressing a press conference in Accra, Commissioner General Anthony Sapong reaffirmed the authority's commitment to tracking down on tax evasion within the petroleum distribution chain.
Preliminary estimates indicate that the state stands to lose approximately 2.3 billion in taxes and levies if this operation had been succeeded. And this is only for this single. Intelligence gathered suggest that this mode of operation has been a recurrent practice in the past, leading to significant revenue losses to the state. In view of this, over the past few months, the authority, together with the National Security, carried out several arrests, leading to some OMCs that have been engaged and charged to recover the taxes as well as penalties that have been levied.
That was the Commissioner General of the GRA, Anthony Sapong. Managing Director of the Ghana Stock Exchange, Abna Amwa, has underscored the need for stronger regulation to safeguard investors and maintain the integrity of Ghana's capital market amid the rapid growth of digital finance. She notes that while technology has made finance more accessible, it has also brought new risks through unregulated digital assets and online investment platforms.
At the GSE's Ring the Bell for Financial Literacy program held in Accra, Managing Director Madame Abnamwa said technology has made finance easier but also riskier, underscoring the need for stronger financial education to empower the next generation and build a stronger, more resilient capital market.
Innovation has made finance accessible, faster, efficient, and inclusive. And here in Ghana, we know the very strong story of MTN mobile money, where today there are 44 million mobile money accounts, and what's the population of Ghana? 30-something million, right? Bringing more financial inclusion. However, this progress also brings new challenges, such as cyber security threats, cyber fraud, and the growing influence of unregulated digital assets or investment platforms. Unregulated, and people are busy putting their money into these platforms. These developments make financial literacy more important than ever, especially for the youth who shape the future of our markets.
She added that although the GSE has rolled out digital tools to make investing simpler and more transparent, more work is needed to build a globally competitive market.
Through partnerships and innovation, we have introduced digital tools with our partners such as the Trade Life trading platform, the CD Manager, and the GSE Market Watch platform to make investing simpler and more transparent. Yet we recognize that our journey is just beginning. There's still more to be done to achieve our vision of a fully digital and globally competitive capital market.
The main feature of the event was a debate between Alpha Beta Christian College and Roman Ridge School, with Roman Ridge emerging as the winner.
Participating in the capital market debates was a very new experience. It required us to put a lot of hard work, and it helped acknowledge our public speaking skills. Winning it was very rewarding. and I hope that next year we can come back and do even better.
This year's Ring the Bell for Financial Literacy program was held under the theme Navigating Risk in a Digital Era on the Capital Market. The initiative forms part of GSE's broader effort to promote financial awareness and responsible investing, particularly among young people.
That report was filed by Nathalie Neti Ajaho. Now, the Cosmos Innovation Center has reiterated its commitment to empowering young people in agribusiness through strategic partnerships with tertiary institutions across the country. According to KIC, the initiative aims to create more opportunities for the youth while positioning agribusiness as an attractive, rewarding, and sustainable career path. Speaking to the media at the close of the two-day KIC Agricultural Innovation for Africa Conference in Accra, Benjamin John Kesse, Executive Director of the Cosmos Innovation Center, highlighted the importance of equipping young people with the skills, knowledge, and tools needed to transform Africa's agriculture.
Over the past almost 10 years since inception of KIC, we're seeing a trend where young people are gradually getting interested in agriculture, and we're seeing a really big interest. Talking about how the smaller percentage of youth and students or youth take agriculture studies at the various universities. Because of that, KIC is currently partnering 16 universities and colleges across the country, where through our program, the AgriTech Challenge, we have been able to really get many young people to participate in the AgriTech Challenge and also explore opportunities in agribusiness. And over the past almost 4 years coming December, we have really trained thousands, literally, from our university partners.
Benjamin John Kesse is the Executive Director of the Cosmos Innovation Center. Banking consultant Dr. Richmond Etuahine has backed the Bank of Ghana's decision to inject up to $1.15 billion into the foreign exchange market under its domestic gold purchase program. The intervention announced by Governor Dr. Johnson Asiama will see the central bank sell dollars through twice-weekly price-competitive auctions to all licensed banks on a spot basis. Speaking to Citi Business News, Dr. Etuahine says the measure demonstrates proactive policy direction from the central bank, particularly at a time when seasonal import demand and external pressures could undermine recent exchange rate stability.
Once again, if it hadn't been an intervention of central bank over the last 6 months or 7 months, the city wouldn't have been where it has been over the period. So for me, I do support the idea that when you have enough reserves, you need to intervene in the market to support the city against the international currency to make things a bit better for us, because the more inflation, the more the city depreciates, the more we get problems. So the more the city appreciates, the more we're going to have a lower inflation for the benefit of. So me, I do agree with the governor that the intervention with maybe the resources that he's gotten, he need to intervene in the market to support the city. Because part of the problem that we have in this country is that the city one time depreciated more than 30% in a year. And all those things translate into inflation. Recently, some people were making argument that we were intervening. Currency in everywhere. Those who are reading should go and read the literature. Even in UK, in Europe, there are interventions in the market, depending upon your reserves that you have.
That was banking consultant Dr. Richmond Etuahine. And that's all for Citi Business News on Eyewitness News. I am Eno Safo. Up next is Point Blank.
Are you feeling tired after a hard day's work? Have you lost your appetite even for your favorite dish? Viral Blood Tonic is a nutritionally balanced, pleasant-tasting tonic fortified with iron and vitamins to boost your appetite and energy levels for high performance. Viral Blood Tonic, easy to take and good for the family. Viral from Danex Iting Starwin PLC. If symptoms persist after 48 hours, consult a physician. This advert is FDA approved.
If you know these sounds, you didn't just live through the 90s. You lived the experience. Back then, connection took minutes. Today, it takes a blink. You express yourself with memes. You hold video calls across continents. You say hey to an AI who responds,
"Hello, Kwame."
You order rides, dinner, and dreams all from the palm of your hand. A lot has changed,
So have we. For over 3 decades, EcoBank has evolved with you, leading digital banking in Ghana and across 33 African countries, pioneering solutions built around how you live, move, and dream today. From our express points to EcoBank Pay, online banking, and the mobile app, we are where you are. Here for today, ready for tomorrow. Now, that's change. Powered by EcoBank.
EcoBank, a better way to bank your way. EcoBank, the Pan-African Bank.
Oh, jump on now. Go. Google me. At what time when you come back, we are not hear the sound of your car? Why you buy new car?
No, I not change my car. It be the same ride. It be the fuel way I change. Way one shouts it. Ever since I started using the all-new Excellium Premium Fuel, fortified with 3-in-1 action. Oh, Joe, now my car they run like electric car. No, it's so.
This is the type of fuel where they want to. Because now engine they cost. Where they want for way if I buy it, it go protect my engine. And with the small way I buy, I go drive, sir.
Absolutely. It's like strapping a turbocharger to your engine and giving it a protector. And what they bust my mind, Seth, be the 3-in-1 action, no? Excellium, they prevent up to 99% of deposit. It be anti-wear, some be anti-corrosion. Won't pay when I open them.
Hey, so where can I find this magical fuel?
Just head over to any Total Energy service station and your car will thank you.
Hey, then make a finish my gobe fast, then rush go Total Energies. My friend, but why your hand my gobe inside?
I give you info. Make a fill the gobe too small.
Go.
Excellium is designed to protect your car engine, decrease fuel consumption, and lower CO2 emissions. Don't say fuel, say Excellium. Choose Excellium, choose quality.
The winning season is back, but this time I am collecting the wins like jollof at a wedding. The luckiest season 3 is here. Your chance to flip your luck or maybe your bank account too.
2 easy ways to join. Dial *712#. Hit 1 to buy for you or 2 to gift a friend. Feeling lucky? Pick 1 for a random number or hit 2 to choose your own. Pay with mobile money. Done. You're in.
Or go to theluckiestafrica.com, click community tickets, choose your number or let the system do so for you. You can buy a ticket for your boo or your favorite barber. Pay with Momo or card if you're abroad.
1 ticket could turn your 1 Ghana Citi into 500 times more. And the whole community could win 10 times over.
Dial *712# or log on.
Let's get lucky together because luck is everywhere.
Play responsibly. Not for persons under 18 years. This promotion is regulated by the NLA on the Caritas platform.
Announcing Ghana's first unlimited photocopier leasing. Yes, from just 983 Ghana cedis, you can lease a multifunctional photocopier and print unlimited. Yes, unlimited and free paper every month. Guess what? That's not all. Toners, repairs, and maintenance all are free. And oh, I'm not kidding at all. And we cover the whole country. Yes, the whole country. What are you waiting for? Just visit us at www.valexlease.com or call 0244-644048. I repeat, or call 0244-644048. Remember, terms and conditions apply. Valex Lease, affordable document management solutions.
Eyewitness News. Be there as it happens.
You're welcome back. You're still listening to Eyewitness News, coming to you live from our studio here in Accra. And this is Point Blank. Remember, Point Blank is brought to you by Valex Lease Equip Limited. Valex Lease, affordable document management solutions. Tonight on Point Blank, we talk about the MPP and its politics. As you're aware, the party is preparing to elect a flag bearer for the 2028 general election on January 31st, 2026. Well, today the party held balloting for aspirants, how they will appear on the ballot paper come the election day. Dr. Yao Osei-Duchi, one of the aspirants, was number 4 on the ballot. And tonight, I have his spokesperson in the studio, Yao Opoku Mensah, to help us with a conversation. Yao, good evening. Thank you very much for your time.
Yeah, good evening, my brother. Thanks for having me.
How's the campaign so far?
It's been energetic. The base is really giving us that momentum, the edge to carry on with the good works of what Dr. Elsie Aduchum has been doing for the party and to the country at large. The euphoria that we recently witnessed in the Bono regions, i.e. the Bono region itself, Ahafo, and the Bono East, plus the Western North and the Ashanti region, speaks volumes. And it gives us a new edge, it gives us a new wave as to how the engagement should be. And the way Dr. Elsie Aduchum has carried himself, it has earned him a respectable place in the heart of the party in these regions that we've gone to engage them, selling the Aduchum factor to them, engaging them on what the vision should be and the path that he believes that the socio-economic development of the country should be the way to go. And it keeps emphasizing that, my brother, forget about the NPP and DC politics. We can actually engineer ourselves out of poverty. The only thing that we need is the right thinking leadership, the leadership with the foresight, the leadership with the experience, and the leadership who has taken the trouble to understand the development pattern that will take us to where the Singaporeans and the Koreans were. These are the countries that we started with. Where they've got into is what should be at the back of every politician who is seeking to manage this country. And Dr. Elsie Aduchum has demonstrated that ability right from 2021 when he became the Minister for Education. So his preach on STEM education was not just a fluke, or was not just he being a minister and trumpeting what the education strategic plan is all about, but it was anchored on a practical solution to our socio-economic development. And that is the edge that the delegates of the party has bought into, and making a strong message to their brothers and sisters in the other regions that, hey, the new dawn is now. We cannot continue to dwell in the past. This is the opportunity to change the dynamic, to change the fortunes of this country and the party at a go. And that is what is making us, giving us that edge, that new spirit, that can-do ability, that at the end of the day, when Dr. Elsie Aduchum gets the needed support to lead the party on 31st January 2026, Ghana, our politics will never be the same again. He comes breathed with a new spirit, a proven reformer, a reformer that the Ghanaian youth and the middle class cannot wait to embrace. And that is why the Aduchum factor is of vital importance to what the party is currently doing. And he serves as the pillar, the unifier that the other rank and file of the party can rally behind to ensure that the NPP gives the true values of its establishment way back in 1990, and even if you want to stretch it to the UGCC days and the UP days, when you put all of them together, that missing link right from independence up to date is what Dr. Elsie Aduchum is selling out to the party and ensuring that Ghanaians become the beneficiary of all this whole conversation.
It is interesting, you are telling us all this, but then when you mention the top 3 candidates in this race, your boss do not come in here. We've seen a number of polls from the Global Info Analytics and the rest, and top 3, your boss is not in there. But here you are telling us that the appeal is massive, the support base in the Ashanti, the Bono region is high. How do you just oppose the two?
Yeah, the approach, if you've studied the trend of engagement with regards to how we are taking this whole internal politics, you get to understand why Dr. Elsie Aduchum becomes the finest gentleman among them. Now, right within the media space, onto the internet, etc., you Google, you want to hear stories about Dr. Elsie Aduchum in the media. You hear about engineering, you hear about STEM education, you hear about engineering ourselves out of poverty, you hear about a declaration on poverty as a war to be able to win it. But the others you wouldn't find same. So it's got to do with what you are putting there, what you want people to see, how you want people to, that visibility of that, what I describe as the ugly noise is not what the strategy is. Because we see this process purely as an internal context. And therefore, it is how we carry ourselves within the internal fold that will allow Ghanaians to perceive us within a certain light. And therefore, for example, if I need to engage the polling station chairman for Obriaboa polling station, the Ashanti region, to be specific, I don't think that it would be proper for me to be on the airwaves trumpeting. This person did that. This person couldn't give us that. This is the person I'm looking for. Whilst I know that delegate live in Amokom, Subin, I know his number and I know what to tell him to engage him. So that is the approach that we are treating this whole contest. So that is why you wouldn't see us so crowded in the media, attacking left, right, center, etc. Because we know that we do believe in the content that the leadership of Dr. Elsie Aduchum has created. Now, let me give you one scenario. Now, when you put NPP and DC within that political discussion that you do have on your show, prior to 2024 elections, when you bring in the economy, an NPP person will shift it straight away into education because he's comfortable at education. What was happening there? Now, if you do understand that is your comfortability, then you ask yourself, who gave that? Who gave that comfort to you? Who is giving you that political narration that makes you so comfortable that when it comes to education, you are discussing education as the anchor or the pillar of our socioeconomic development? You have a lot to say. But when it is shifted to other parts of our socioeconomic development, that's where you are found wanting. So it gives a clearer understanding who the man who Dr. Elsie Aduchum is and what he represents and what the future aspirations of this country should be. So that's why I initially told you that I just want to take myself out of the camp of, let's say, working for Dr. Elsie Aduchum. But let me speak as a delegate. Let me speak as a Ghanaian. How do I see the development trajectory of this country? Is it of paramount interest to me, or I will just want to play the usual politics, which Ghanaians are getting fed up with? And I believe the other comes if they had known earlier, follow the footsteps of Dr. Elsie Aduchum. All these noises within there that we have to go back and redo and reclean the system wouldn't surface again. So the aspect of a so-called visibility with polls touching on that popularity element is not what we are looking at, because we believe the actual polls will happen on the 31st of January 2026. But the fundamental aspect of this whole engagement is an internal context, and it must be kept clean as possible. And that is why the party saw the need to develop a code of conduct for we who speak or give the visibility to the various candidates. If it was left to Dr. Elsie Aduchum alone, the party wouldn't have even developed any guidelines for what we engage the public with, because the party is concerned. And we went down there and the grassroots are also concerned about the whole actions and inactions of other aspirants. That's why they are calling on them to emulate the leadership of Dr. Elsie Aduchum. And that is the transformative element that we are seeking for in this party. And that is why we are so serious about the factor Dr. Elsie Aduchum in selling that Aduchum factor to the good people of Ghana.
Have you embarked on a nationwide tour yet?
Yeah, exactly the point. When I started, I indicated to you that we've been to the Ashanti region.
You mentioned Ashanti.
Yeah, we've been to the Bono regions. Last week we were in the Western North region. So we break the engagement for this particular exercise, which took place today. So in the coming weeks as well, the other regions will have their template and the 4 pillars of Dr. Elsie Aduchum, the 4 factor that Dr. Elsie Aduchum has been known for, will be the train. The supersonic train will be in their regions, and that engagement will be deepened.
What are the 4 factors?
So the 4 factors are anchored on simple elements. 1, education, because we believe education is the bedrock of development. So that's why I keep emphasizing that we can engineer ourselves out of poverty, because Dr. Elsie Aduchum do not understand why the well-paying jobs, especially within the field of IT and engineering, should be in the hands of expatriates. Why should we even be calling people from outside to help us engineer things that ordinarily, if we had given that ability to Ghanaians, train them, equip them with that technical skill, they would be able to do it. Why should it be in the hands of expatriates? So that's why education remains an anchor, a pillar as part of the 4 factors. Again, wealth creation. We believe poverty is local, and therefore the treatment of poverty and waging war against poverty should be understood from the local context. So what are some of the things that can be found within the local environment to ensure that the people are able to live themselves out of poverty? So for example, I don't think you've ever heard that the Ghana Revenue Authority have gone to Makola, engaging the Makola women that, we are in here not with padlocks to lock up your shops, etc., on the basis that you've not paid your tax. But here we are in here to assist you, guide you, and ask what Ghana Revenue Authority can do to support you to grow your business so that you can expand and employ others, without government looking at taking some taxes from you, but rather government looking at the opportunity for that young people to earn a living. And if they are paying income tax as part of the tax element, that is so to go. I believe you've never heard of that. And that is what we are telling people. We are trying to create a new middle class level so that we can gradually lift ourselves out of poverty. So that's why the wealth creation is of vital importance. We dubbed it prosperity for all. And again, Dr. Elsie Aduchum, do not understand why at the age of 40 you see posters around that you say, "God too soon, call to glory." You ask yourself, what are the things that others are doing that is enabling them live longer? And what are we doing differently, or what are we not adding up to our system that gives us that longevity element so that we can live and enjoy the fruit of our labor? So Agenda 111 is of vital importance to this whole thing. So the hospitals are closer to you. It becomes the responsibility of the Ministry of Health through their KPIs to ensure that if the living whatever age of Ghanaians is 60 or 50, how then do we add up 65, 70, so that we'll be able to know that indeed the policies of government is actually benefiting the good people of Ghana. So health is part of that. And the bigger one, job creation. So what kind of job? We are not just looking at any kind of job. And that's why I gave you the example of the aspect of what Ghana Revenue Authority's contribution to that remains significant. The aspect of ensuring that the well-paid jobs are in the hands of Ghanaians through the training of engineering, ICT, etc. And the other aspect of that element of that job creation, where what is embedded in you, your inner built potential. How can the nation guide you, resource you to be able to realize that inner built potential that is kept within you? So in every district, what we are looking at, we are creating prosperity outfits, prosperity offices. Under the previous NPP government, there were business incubation centers, etc. So you ask yourself, what can we use it for? And that is where the prosperity centers will be. So you have your plan.
You are going to rename it?
No, we are not just renaming it. It's got to do with the substance in there, its usefulness, because the space has already
be the business house.
The space has already been created.
Okay.
So how then do we make it beneficial to the good people of Ghana? And that is what we are looking at. So you realize, tracing from what the Ghana Revenue Authority is using to support our business women, etc., that is traced in there, because we believe that it shouldn't always be the case that resources goes to government. The resources should rather be in the hands of the people, and the government getting its taxes from. Because if you study the development trajectory of our country with regards to our farmers, cocoa farmers in the olden days were not farming just because they want the tonnage of the country to go high. They wanted a cushion for themselves and their family. Because if I go to Kumasi, where I was born in Amokum, all the story buildings that I see there belongs to cocoa farmers. And they were not just farming for government to have a tonnage increase or whatever. They were farming to benefit from their toil, to benefit from their sweat, and have a better living for their children so that they can have the better of education. And when they are done, their kids can continue from there. If that is the mentality, creating your own wealth, using your own wealth for your own benefit, then government look at it in that aspect and begin to rake in whatever tax element we should come to him. By so doing, there wouldn't be tax defaulters, there wouldn't be those outside the tax bracket, etc. Because The resources are in the hands of their own people, in the hands of the people. And through that resources is the daily activities that the government will also get its resources in developing the country. So when you put all that together, we are trying to create a prosperity understanding for the good people of Ghana. Forget about the three classes of countries in the world, the core countries, the semi-peripheral or the peripheral. Ghana cannot continue to live in the peripheral, producing raw materials and giving it out to the semi-peripherals and the core countries. No, we've gone past that stage. We cannot still continue to live in the past. We need to create a new dawn, a new life, breathing new life into the socio-economic fiber of this country. And it has nothing to do with GDP mentioned figures, exchange rate differentials, etc., that we come onto your set. When the exchange rate is going up, exporters are happy. When it is coming down, importers are happy. Government says, no, it is affecting my revenue. You ask yourself, to what end? And that answer is not far-fetched from what we know. Because even in our simple economics in senior high school, we're told, grow what you eat and eat what you grow. By so doing, the surplus becomes an added advantage for you to get whatever resources that you seek to develop with this country. We can breathe a new air into the Ghanaian people. We can breathe that air for Ghanaians to understand themselves that we can win this poverty war. And that is why Dr. Yosei 4 pillars becomes significant in the scheme of affairs of the NPP as we speak now. I believe somebody will say, oh, what is in for delegates? What is in for delegates? One thing that Dr. Yosei has made clear to the delegates is that every constituency, 100 engineers will be created out of these constituencies. Even if you want to dub the district, because constituencies are embedded in districts. For example, if you could go to KMA has 5 constituencies forming one metropolitan assembly. So therefore, if you say it is district, what it means, others will be cut out. But every constituency, we are producing 100 engineers. You will ask yourself, well, wouldn't this be a political talk? Because he has demonstrated that same thinking in his constituency. 150 students from his own pocket, where they will sleep, what they will eat in school, from his own pocket, paid for everything, and has been able to train 150 engineers and doctors from Bosomchi constituency. A replica of what he believes should be done across the length and breadth of the country. And that is what he has told delegates. These 100 people will come from the people themselves. You delegates are part of the district. You are part of the local people in there. How then do we create an opportunity for that younger generation to fight that poverty war and win it comfortably? Ghanaians are creative. We just need the opportunity. We just need the right thinking and the right leadership to be able to propel the inner built potential of our country to be able to achieve that. You talk about 4 pillars,
and he's number 4 on the ballot.
Exactly the point.
Is that what you were expecting?
You know, Dr. Yosei was born on Thursday.
He's young.
Yeah, he's young.
Yeah, Dr. Yosei, yeah.
And Thursday is the 4th day in the week.
Yeah.
When he announced his bid to contest for this flag bearership thing, he picked his form on Thursday. And again today, the ballot was done in 2 phases. The first phase, the camp of Dr. Yosei picked number 4. On the second one, to know the position of every candidate on the ballot, we picked 4 again. It is the doing of the Lord.
So it's divine something.
I can only speak to what the physical aspect is. I can only speak to what I see, what I know. So therefore, it cannot just be a coincidence. From your day birth, picking your form, why did you choose Thursday as the picking of form, which is the 4th day? What happened occasioned why the first choice was 4? Eventually on the ballot you picked 4 again. The consistency should tell you something.
Some divine intervention in there.
You know the horse is prepared for battle. The safety is of the Lord. And the Lord has guided our steps all throughout, from the declaration stage till what we are doing now. And we leave everything out to the Lord. When we're going, we told ourselves, God, you have planted us into this race. And we strongly believe, if you read, I don't know whether if you're a Methodist.
No, I'm not.
You are not. In the Methodist in Book MHB 578, the second stanza, he talks of to serve the present age and a calling to fulfill. To serve the present age, my calling to fulfill. Oh may it all my powers engage to do my master's will. So the master directed him into this race. He directed him as to what to tell
and
his
he's going
people.
to do the will of the master.
I'm coming. I'm coming.
We are running out of time.
Yeah, to tell what he wants to tell his people, and through that, guiding him throughout the process to choose the number 4 on the ballot. And as simple as that, a strict account is what Dr. Elsie Aduchum is rendering to the good people of Ghana through his own maker.
Yeah, thank you. Thank you very much for coming. I really appreciate it. Thank you very much. Yao Opoku Mensah speaks for Dr. Yao Osei Aduchum, one of the MPP presidential aspirants. And this is where we draw the curtains down on today's edition of Eyewitness News that came to you live from our studio here in Accra. My name is Sami Wiafe. Earlier you heard Eno Safo, show produced by Beverly London and Kwabla Wilson, technical assistant Desmond Nyako. Till we come your way again on Monday, may the good Lord be with us all.